Hello, everybody. This is me, Castor Charizard again, and today I have an announcement. Today is the first anniversary of me calling 911 for hot dog buns. Even though I did it for an excuse. Yeah, I'll tell you the whole story. Yeah. So, me and my grandparents were eating hot dogs until I realized that we're out of hot dog buns. I screamed bloody murder after seeing that. And I had to, go up to my room, grab my phone, dial 911 and says, "Hello, Johnson County 911, what's your emergency?" Until I said, where are the hot dog buns? Until I hung up. And the police knew my voice. They tracked it down and then went to my house. After that, I thought I saw a hatchet. Playing with my Persian. After that, I saw a hatchet. And it was only for a split second. It was a hand holding a hatchet. It was only for a split second. And then there was until it was gone. I was relieved. It just was gone. In a few minutes, a shadow flew by me and then landed into my parking lot. And then 2 police officers came. One was an attack form, one was a defense form. Their names were Peter and Billy. Peter was the attack one, Billy was the defense one. And Peter said, "Okay, we're here. Now let's do this." Until they walked into a bush. Until you could hear a faint woman scream. And black eyes and red pupils glowing with crying blood. And then until one of the police officers named Peter came up to me. And oh God, he looks berserk. He was holding cleavers in both hands. He had a bloody slasher smile and has devil horns. Until Jack barked. I was seeing one, wondering why he barked. Until it was the police. I let out a loud, ear-piercing, realistic, blood-curdling scream. The scream was so loud that my grandparents covered their ears. The scream lasted for like 5 seconds until it stopped. Once my grandparents were about to open the door, they noticed blood on their palms. "Shit," they croaked. The Cashier's scream made their ears bleed. Until one of the police officers barged in with a hatchet and then broke down the door and said, "Here's Peter," like from The Shining, and then kicked the door wide open and chased me. And he tried to attack me with a cleaver, but I sent out Mewtwo, which was in Let's Go Pikachu in Eevee style rather than Sword and Shield style. And we ran. "I'm gonna get ya, little boy," said Peter while he was running. I tried to run into my grandparents' room and says, "Grandmom, Granddad, there's a police officer in my house." Till a familiar figure landed. It was no other than Blue Charizard. one of the two villains that I saw in those demented Pokemon Sun and Moon clips. Hey there, Cash. Your grandma and granddaddy are here to save you. What did you do to them? Oh, they're probably hiding under. They're probably hiding under the couch. Now it's time to play with sexy blue Charizard. Until I ran away. He grabbed out a chainsaw and says, "Hey Peter, heads up." "Thanks, Blue Charo," said Peter, until I was running away. I screamed while I was running, and all the two people were laughing maniacally while shredding things with the chainsaw. I had no choice, but where was my hiding spot? It was in the bathroom. They walked up saying, "Oh, Cash, where are you? We're not gonna hurt you. We're gonna kill you really bad." Until Mewtwo sneezed in the bathroom, alerting the two serial killers. They opened up it until I screamed in a blood-curdling tone again, but the scream wasn't loud this time. Until I flew away, so does my Mewtwo. And then Peter got on with the blue Charizard, and then they flew off, and it was a fight. It was similar to Charizard vs. Clone Charizard in Mewtwo Strikes Back or Pokemon the first movie. It was anything like from 1998 or 2020. Yeah. And they fought and fought, and we fought and fought until I was getting tired, until one of the police officers says, "Charizard, use seismic toss." Until he did it. He threw me around. I was screaming while shaking. And then I landed until they flew me around because we were high as a cruise ship. And then until we landed into the prison. And then I was held down. It says, "Hey Peter, I got the key. I'll hold him down and you'll do your job," said him. "Oh yeah, this is where the playtime starts," said Peter. "No, please don't do this. I'm just a big boy. No. I said, until Peter swung the chainsaw down on him and blood splattered everywhere. And then Blue Charizard started to maul me. I screamed and I let out a third blood-curdling scream, but it was louder than the first one. All the prisoners had to cover their ears, but they were bleeding. The scream lasted for like 30 seconds, longer than the first scream. After that, the prisoners received a headache. They go lay down on their pillows, on their beds and pillows for like 5 minutes or so, and clean their ears bleed off with a tissue. And then they sawed me and mauled me to death while they laughed in an ear rape tone until they showed a corpse of me. I had black hollow eyes with crying blood and a scar on my right eye, and then I have in my chest, and a bone was sticking out of my chest. with my sockets also my black hollow eyes with sockets rigged up, and lots of blah blah blah, crying blood, and then I have a bone sticking out of my chest. My mouth was agape, and then then my head was decapitated. Holy fucking shit! Said one of the prisoners. They threw up after seeing my corpse, and then when it's zoomed to me, you can hear a woman screaming, fading in slowly, until it cuts back to reality. And then it was a big mess in the prison. Objects were scattered around everywhere, and all that stuff. Until Mewtwo was getting angry. He used Psychic. He used Fire Punch. And it punched all of those police officers until they were like, ow! They yelled until one of the chiefs said, Officer Peter, you're fired. I'm sorry, but the truth hurts. Peter and Charizard began to get very angry, and they vanished, leaving a black screen for like 15 seconds. After those seconds were up, they were interrupted by a jump scare. They had black eyes, red pupils, and crying blood. Overlaps with a woman's scream, and the Howie scream, and the scream from You by Kendrick Lamar, and then the scream from Mater and the Bulbasaur scream, which scared the police. We scared the chief out of him. And then I was pulled out of my bathroom, and my grandfather scolded at me for calling 911 on purpose and all that stuff. He was still demented and attacked me as well, but I'm not gonna explain the whole thing. And that's how this is the anniversary of it. So yeah.